In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 WNBA games happening on June 3rd, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Washington Mystics versus Indiana Fever. The Washington Mystics and the Indiana Fever will meet in the WNBA Commissioner's Cup on Tuesday. The Fever were expecting to use Caitlin Clark as their primary ball handler and playmaker, but with her on the sideline, the team needs to change their plan. They brought Sophie Cunningham in to handle the ball, but she appeared to roll her ankle in the last game. The Fever will now need to change their strategy from being an up-tempo team to slowing it down and working the ball to Boston in the post. Washington has a strong and energetic rookie in Raven who can battle Boston inside, and Washington is playing at full strength with Sykes, who is 4th in the league in scoring. These two met less than a week ago, a game the Mystics took by 5 points as +4 underdogs at home. The Fever struggled in the middle quarters versus the Mystics' defense. They were missing Caitlin Clark in that game, and they've since gotten even more banged up, thinning their bench out in a big way. Washington has yet to deal with any major injuries thus far, and they've also been unafraid to ride the bench for a while, providing depth while they continue to figure things out. They already have a blueprint in place for how to beat the Fever without Clark, and with their big bodies down low, they'll slow them enough to pull off another win here. Washington is 3-2 straight up and against the spread in the last 5 meetings between these teams. The Fever are getting the benefit of the doubt at home, and they're the better team on paper. The problem is the Fever have lost 3 straight games at home, and they're struggling without Clark. The Fever were 4-point favorites on the road against the Mystics last week and lost. The Fever then followed that up with an outright loss to the Sun as a double-digit favorite. Excuse me if I'm not excited to lay points here. Also, the Mystics have been kind to us in the underdog role, and that includes covers in 9 of their last 14 games. The Fever just look lost right now without Caitlin Clark, and while the Mystics haven't really been in great form themselves, I just have no interest in laying points with the Fever until Clark comes back. I think I gave the Fever a bit too much credit, thinking the depth could hold it down until Clark returns, but I think that the Mystics and the points is worth the look here. As our first pick for this matchup, the Washington Mystics to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Last week's meeting between the two had a total of 160 points scored as they hit the under versus a 165-point total. Indiana is one of the top scoring teams in the league so far, but they are once again going to be without their biggest gun in Clark. They also took their licks and lost another body last time out, leaving those who are available a bit more battered than normal. It also leaves them very short on the bench and put the pressure on the starters. Washington is in good health at this point, but they are also the 3rd lowest scoring team in the league and have scored 63 points or less twice in their last 3 games. The Fever are not built to play without 2 of their top backcourt players, as their fast-paced strategy does not look the same without Clark and Cunningham on the floor. Indiana lost both games without Clark so far, and will want to slow this game down to utilize Boston on the inside, but also limit possessions against this Washington team. These teams just met a week ago, with Washington grabbing a win as a dog. The Mystics will be fine with the slow pace, as they only have 3 scoring threats and do not want to get into a matchup that goes into the 90s. Indiana will slow it down at home. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Phoenix Mercury versus Minnesota Lynx. The Minnesota Lynx host the Phoenix Mercury at Target Center on Tuesday night in a WNBA Commissioner's Cup matchup. This is their second meeting of the season, with the Lynx narrowly winning the first game 74-71 on the road. Minnesota remains undefeated at 7-0 and sits atop the Western Conference, while Phoenix is 5-2 and in second place. Phoenix is missing star scorer Kali Copper, who is out until at least mid-June after knee surgery. The Mercury may also be without Natasha Mack and Alyssa Thomas, though Thomas is expected to be available. The Lynx are at full strength, with Nafi Sakalia returning after missing the previous Mercury game due to a knee issue. Despite Minnesota's perfect record, they've struggled to cover big spreads, failing to do so in each of their last 5 games and going just 3-9 against the spread as double-digit favorites in their last 12. The Mercury, even with a banged-up roster, have kept games close and boast a strong offense led by Sadu Sabally and Kalani Brown. Phoenix also forces turnovers at one of the highest rates in the league, which could help them generate transition points against a Lynx team that tends to put opponents on the free throw line. The last meeting was a 3-point game, and the Mercury have shown they can hang with top teams, even on the road. With the Lynx's recent against the spread struggles and Phoenix's ability to stay competitive, taking the Mercury and the points is a strong play here. As our first pick for this matchup, the Phoenix Mercury to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams are among the league's better offenses. Minnesota averages over 81 points per game, while Phoenix is just under 81, and their games have trended over the total. 6 of the last 7 Lynx home games and 6 of the last 7 Mercury road games have gone over 156.5 points. Their first meeting totaled 145, but that was with Collier out for Minnesota and Copper out for Phoenix. With Collier back and both teams at mostly full offensive strength, expect more scoring. The Lynx excel at creating high percentage looks, and the Mercury can shoot from deep and push the pace off turnovers. Both teams crash the glass well, creating second chance opportunities, and Minnesota's high foul rate should give Phoenix plenty of trips to the line. All signs point to a higher scoring contest this time. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Dallas Wings versus Seattle Storm. The 2025 WNBA season rolls on Tuesday, June 3rd as the Dallas Wings travel to Seattle to face the Storm in a Commissioner's Cup matchup at Climate Pledge Arena. Dallas is really feeling the absence of Paige Beckers, and their defense has been among the league's worst so far. Seattle isn't exactly an offensive powerhouse, but this matchup gives them a good shot to find their rhythm. The Storm's defense is solid enough to slow down the Wings, as they proved in their first meeting this season. Seattle held Dallas to just 37% shooting from the field and 4 for 19 from three-point range. The Storm shot 41.4% overall and lit it up from deep, going 9 for 15, while Nneka Ogwumike dominated with 23 points and 18 rebounds. Both teams come in looking to snap losing streaks. The Storm have dropped 3 straight after a 3-game win streak, while Dallas has lost 2 in a row since their only win of the year. In their last matchup, Seattle beat Dallas 79-71 in Chicago, easily covering as 3.5-point favorites. The Wings' defense has been a major issue. They've given up at least 94 points in each of their last 2 games. Even in their earlier loss to the Storm, they allowed Seattle to shoot 60% from 3, while Dallas struggled to make shots themselves. The Storm already beat the Wings on the road by 8 points a few weeks ago, and with Dallas still missing Beckers and unable to get stops, it's hard to see them turning things around here. Seattle, despite their recent skid, has been one of the best home teams in the league dating back to last season and has the experience to take care of business in games like this. The line might be big, but with Dallas' defensive issues and missing key players, Seattle looks like the clear choice to win and cover. As our first pick for this matchup, the Seattle Storm to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. When it comes to the total, these teams combined for just 150 points in their first meeting. Seattle's defense clamped down on Eric Ogunboyle, holding her to just 8 points on 2 for 14 shooting. Dallas likes to play fast, but that's tough to do without Beckers and against a disciplined Storm defense. Seattle will likely control the pace and force Dallas into tough looks, and neither team relies heavily on the three-pointer. The last 3 meetings between these teams have all gone under, and with the way things are shaping up, another low-scoring game seems likely. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.